Hello, welcome to A-Star Demola, and today we're going to be talking about how I got an A-star in A-level biology. So let's not pretend A-level biology is very, very difficult, and I'm so grateful to God that I managed to get an A-star. I'll do a bit of the groundwork now. I studied SNAB biology, very, very weird exam board, but it stands for Sorters Nuffield A-level biology. It's a bit different to like your OCR and your AQA in a way that it focuses more on like context and all of that, focusing on like diseases and stuff like that. Don't need to get into that now. But I managed to score 271 over 300, which was an A-star. And on top of that, I was awarded a Sorters Award. So they do a big event, invite everyone in, you get your top 4 or 5 scorers in the country, and I managed to be second. So I'll get a picture of that up on screen, but we're so grateful to God that that happened. And I'm now just going to share some of the tips that I found quite useful with A-level biology, a bit about my experience with it as well, and hopefully this can be really helpful to you guys as well. So we'll get straight into it. Okay, so I wanted to first of all talk a bit about my experience with A-level biology. So starting year 12, was doing a weird exam board, but I found year 12 okay overall. Like, I'm not going to pretend, and let's be honest, no one likes that student that's like, oh, I'm struggling so bad, and then they're getting good grades. But I thought it was okay. I compared it a lot to my maths and chemistry. So again, not going to pretend, I was doing really, really well in chemistry and maths. And my biology was like, it was good, but it wasn't really like next level, you get what I mean? And I really wanted it to be. I guess that's just a bit about me. But I really, really wanted to get better at chemistry. I'm not chemistry, biology. So over the summer, I kind of had to reflect about why I wasn't doing as well in biology compared to chemistry and maths. And I'm going to use a phrase that I'm not too sure if it works, but like a train on fire. You know, like when I got into year 13, I was like locked in, trying really, really hard, studying, and my biology got so much better. Like I was doing so well. I don't need to say this to like toot my own horn, but I'm so grateful to God about how well year 13 went in terms of biology. It was a really, really big improvement, and we ended up getting the grades that we got. But I understand that's not everyone's experience with A-level biology. So we're going to talk a bit about why people hate biology now. So, why do people actually hate biology? I'm not going to get colourful with my language, but we all know about these examiners with biology, yeah? So pedantic, like it will be, you'll have the complete right answer, because you didn't say flipping osmosis or something like that, you don't get the mark. Like, they're very, very strict about how they mark things. And then also, I think, with biology, I think not necessarily it's ever really a problem where you're struggling to understand the content. I think maybe if you haven't actually learnt it, that's a different thing. But if you've learnt it, you understand what's going on. But it's about answering in a way that the examiner's happy with, you get what I mean? I think that's a part of biology that people really hate, and honestly, I found it so annoying as well. Another thing was about, especially with SNAB, and I think it also happens in like AQA and OCR, because they ask such contextual questions, sometimes you're reading the question, you're like, what are you actually asking me? You know what I mean? I think that kind of happens a lot in biology, where they kind of like, they hide what's going on to make you think too. Like you start thinking like, what do you actually want me to say? And I think that's another reason why biology is a more difficult A-level. On top of that, to all my SNAB people out there are literally no resources for SNAB biology. Like the amount of times I had to go into other exam boards, try and do their questions because there was just nothing for SNAB, yeah? So I think that was another reason why biology was quite difficult, especially for me and all of my classmates as well. So those are a bit of reasons why biology is a bit more difficult. Now I want to go into a few tips that I used that helped me out with A-level biology. Okay, so tip number 1, mindset. Guys, I think the mindset, the approach that you have to biology is so important. Like, I alluded a bit before that my biology wasn't as good in year 12 as it was in year 13. And I think that was literally because I was scared, guys. Whenever I would do like biology past papers or questions, I would never get the grades that I wanted. I was like, what's going on? And it's like, guys, honestly, doing like chemistry and maths questions, because I knew what was going on, that it kind of was like validating me. I was like, yeah, let me stick to this. And then biology, I was kind of leaving to the side because I was like, yeah, this one is going to demotivate me. But honestly, I think you have to just keep going through it. Like, get into that mindset that even no matter how many times you get it wrong, you're going to be learning from this, right? And there are lots of resources for biology, not Snap, but there are a lot of resources for biology that I like to use in terms of like question banks. So I would use physics and maths tutor, study mind, especially. Oh, and your past papers from the exam boards. Those are really, really useful. Tip for Snap people, honestly, you're gonna have to charge it. Like you're gonna have to do the AQA, you're gonna have to do the OCR questions. And to be honest, they are helpful. They are helpful. Another cheeky tip for Snap as well. I would use Edexcel international papers because they're quite similar. There are some things that you're gonna have to skip out, but I do think international papers tend to be quite similar, so I would recommend them as well. But yeah, honestly, get into the mindset that no matter how many times I get this wrong, I'm gonna keep going and keep going and keep going, and eventually you are going to learn from it. So that's my number one tip. Get in the right mindset. Okay, that leads me on to tip number 2. So something that I used to do is I would screenshot mark schemes. So I'm gonna get the document up in a picture, you should be able to see it. But what I would used to do is when I get a question wrong and then I notice that this is a question I keep getting wrong, I would normally screenshot the mark scheme and then I'd put it into this document, highlight things that I'm like, I need to get this, I need to get this. And then I'd kind of revise with that as well, alongside the content. So I think that was actually a really good thing that I did because it helped me to like analyze why I'm dropping marks that I don't really need to be dropping. And when I do that, it's like you start to you're picking up 2-3 more marks for these type of questions and these type of questions as well. And then overall, that kind of helps you to get a higher grade overall. So that was something that I really found, a bit more biology specific, that one, but it was something I found really useful. Number 3, timetable. Guys, I'm gonna put the picture up, but I promise you this is a bit scary, yeah? So I'll get my timetable up there. What you should be able to see is it's color coded, yeah? So I would do like oranges, yellow is chemistry, orange is when I'm in school, green biology, blue for maths, red for anything like Christianity related. So like I would do Bible studies on Saturdays, pray every single night at 9, and then church on Sunday mornings. So I think dividing up my time like that was really useful. But I would also caveat, I did not follow this strictly. I think with me, and I don't know if you find with other people have the same experience, but I feel like timetables tend to be a bit too like strict and you miss 1 hour and then you're like, oh, the whole thing's ruined. So for me, it was more of a way where I can organize what I wanted to do. So I think what you'll see is that on my timetable, it's not that like I just said, I'm revising chemistry at this time. I said exactly what I wanted to do. So it kind of helps me that when I get into that mode where I'm ready to revise, I know exactly what I planned out to do this week that was going to help me the most, right? And it's like, you'll see that it's not equal time between each subject. So like, I don't know which example I'm putting up there, but I would bank on me studying more biology and more chemistry compared to maths because I feel like those are the ones I need to focus on more. But I definitely think with timetabling, it's useful in terms of organizing out when are the slots that I can revise or what are the things that I want to revise this week. But I wouldn't be too strict on it has to be done at this time. Another thing as well, guys, rest is so important. So very unfortunately, I'm a Man United fan. So in a lot of my rest times, you'll see, rest isn't great. You'll see that I said I'm going to watch a United game at this time. And I think that was also really important because you do need a break. Like, you can't just keep going at it because you will burn out. So I think definitely make time to do the stuff that you enjoy as well. Number 4, YouTube. So YouTube is a very, very good resource and does so many channels. Hopefully one day it's not demola. But there's so many good channels on YouTube that you can use that will help you so much with biology, even chemistry and maths as well. So some of the ones that I like to use, Miss Estrick is brilliant. Free science lessons, shout out to the GOAT. Dr. Buff, I'm gonna try and get his name right. Dr. Buff's Biology has SNAP specific videos, which I thought was really good because there is barely anything for SNAP. So if you do that, Dr. Buff's Biology is really, really good. And then Khan Academy as well was quite nice as well for biology. There are probably more that I'm missing, but you get the gist of it. So I think using YouTube was really good. However, caveat, sometimes you want to study, you get the new football highlights, yeah? So what I would used to do is I made a new Google account. So I have my normal Google account, I have another one, right? And on that other account, what I literally did, not interested, not interested, not interested, not interested. So I would get rid of anything that could possibly distract me. And what you'd see when you go into that YouTube account is literally just content that I'm getting recommended. So that really helped me to avoid distractions when I was using YouTube because it is a brilliant resource, but you need to use it correctly as well. So number 5 now. So blurting. I used to love blurting, especially for biology, because I think there's so much that you need to remember, but but it's always hard to bring that to memory. So, pardon me, what I would like to do is I'd pick what topic I'm revising, and then I'm virtually trying to write out everything that I need to know for that topic, just off memory. And it's like, what I would tend to do is, if I would forget something, I'd write it in red. So I'd fill it in red so that I know this is something I don't remember. And then that's why I can tell what are my weak points in this topic. So I found that really, really useful for biology as well. I'm going to put up some diagrams as well on the video, but for a process, for example, I think the ones that I've got there, maybe synaptic transmission or photosynthesis, what I would used to do is I'd use these big diagrams where I'm going through the whole process. I'm drawing it out so that I can kind of see, because I feel like I'm more of a visual learner. So being able to see what was going on was really helpful. And then I'm obviously explaining it to myself in my head whilst I'm doing it. So I think blurting was a really, really, really good tool for me. Number 7, and my final tip, I love explaining it to friends, yeah? So what we do, we'd get in the library after school, maybe make a bit too much noise to be fair, but we used to get in the library and I'd go through the content with them. So that really helped me because obviously I'm being checked, like if I get something wrong, then they're gonna tell me that, oh, I'm not sure that's right, and then we can look at it together. Helps us both out because now we know what the right answer is. And I think also in terms of a confidence thing, when you're explaining it to other people, you get so confident in what it is, and provided it's correct, obviously. But you get so confident with that knowledge that when it comes to the exam, you're not panicking. Like, you know, you've done this before, you're just explaining it to the examiner this time. So I really did like explaining to friends. It's another technique. Okay, well, I guess this is the part of the video where I talk about what I would do differently. So obviously I did really get good grades in A-level biology, but I think there's always a time to reflect and to think about what went well, what I could have done differently. And I think what I really could have done differently the most is I could have actually enjoyed myself a bit more. Like, I did have my friends in sixth form and they really, really did help me out, but I also think I spent so much time focusing on, I need to get this grade, I need to achieve this, that I kind of left the enjoyment part alone. Like, sometimes I do wish I did go out with my friends in a half time. I did go and play football with them. And it's like, you don't get that time back, you know what I mean? And then you're only gonna get busy in life. Like now I'm in medical school. Thank God now I make more time to hang out with my friends, but I feel like it's something that I could have done and I could have enjoyed sixth form a lot more if I had done that. So definitely never lose focus of the goal. Like if you're going for medicine, if you're going for Oxford, you're gonna need to work hard. That's definitely something that you have to do. But also make time for yourself. Like, spend time with your family, spend time with your friends. I think literally that would be the one thing I would do differently. Maybe there's more to be fair, but the main thing I think I would do differently is I would have enjoyed myself a lot more in sixth form. Okay, and this brings me to the end of the video. So I really hope that helped you in some way. Kind of with my experience with A-level biology, things that helped me out, things that I kind of reflected on and thought could have done differently, but that is the end of the video. So please subscribe. I've been demola. Any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer. And that's a wrap for this video. So thank you.